Hi, I'm just wanting to show you a new book I've gotten. It's the Zero Waste Patterns by Birgitta Helmersson. It's a great book. I have a confession though, I was going to just buy a single pattern from her. The gathered, I think it was a gathered shirt dress, something like that, the Zero Waste one, but it's really expensive in Australian dollars. So I was umming and ahhing about getting it, but then I saw that she's got a pattern book out. And it was only like $5 or so more than that one pattern. So I decided to grab this book. Even though it doesn't have that dress in it, it has something very similar. So I'm completely happy with this. So I'm sharing it with you so you can see how awesome it is and go buy it yourself. So I'll just move that fabric out of the way so it's not distracting. So it's got a couple of templates in it, but it's basically all instructions. So basically she's got 5 basic blocks, and then from those blocks you have extra patterns. So you have a T block with 3 different projects underneath that as well. Trousers with an additional 3 projects, a singlet with an additional 3 projects, a skirt with an additional 3 projects, and a shirt with an additional 3 projects. Okay. So it talks about all the pattern, about all the techniques and everything like that, but we're going to get to the good part. How to sew. I'll teach us how to sew. So the blocks. So these are the start basic pieces, and then you build on from there. So you're starting with a t-shirt. Now for me, I probably wouldn't wear something this loose, but depending on the fabric and how it drapes, it'll be pretty cool, right? I'm not going to really show you how to do the planning because that kind of ruins the aspect of the book. But the fabric, depending on the fabric width is how big your pattern piece, the top is. So this goes, your fabric width is 165, so that means you can get a top of 134 centimeters bust, or 53 inches, which is pretty good. But I think I would just make the sleeves just a little bit narrower. Just a bit, I don't know, do you like wide sleeves like that? I'm not a fan of that. But depending on the fabric, I mean, if it drapes really well, sure. So we're not going to really sort of show some of these things. All right, I'm going to block that one. Right. And then we've got some trousers, so I'm just going to block this bit out, which is pretty cool. So they can go up to a hip of 59 inches, depending on the width of the fabric. So they're actually pretty cool. And I love the little pockets. I mean, seriously, they are adorable. All right, so they're pretty cool trousers, right? I'm actually wearing a pair like this that I bought from the shop, like really wide with, at the moment. And look at the waist. I think they look great. All right, so we'll just sort of skim past the instructions there. And then we have this really cool looking singlet. I love the style of the singlet. So this goes up to 56 inches, of course, once it depending on the width of the fabric that you have. It's a really nice finish. So then we'll just skip another page with some more patterns on it. Sewing. And then we have a really cool skirt, which I like this idea of this skirt. Okay, nice skirt, isn't it? I like how cool is that? Just add some pockets in, you bamo. And this one goes up to 50 inches. So once again, depending on the width of the fabric, what you do. How cool is that? That looks pretty cool, right? All right. And the next one is a shirt, which looks pretty snazzy. Remember, this is all zero waste. So you can't go wrong with zero waste. You don't have to cut out a pattern and then stick it together. And then have wasted fabric. What are we looking at? 46 inch. So, well, depending on the size of your fabric. I tend to use old sheets, so I could probably do it in my size. All right, let's skip over to the project. So we're taking those basics and we're turning them into something jazzy. So this is what I like, the fold back collar dress. See the style there? I like how it folds back just like a V-neck, which is pretty cool. Doesn't that look cool? All right, I'm liking that. And then we have a sweater, which once again, pretty cool. Depending on the fabric, whether you like the big wide arms, it's all adjustable, what you like. And then let's more pictures. This is like a quilted fabric. And then we have a wrap top. I'm not really into wrap tops, but that looks pretty cool, right? Looks pretty snazzy, and with the pants that you've made out of zero waste. Then we have the boiler suit, which is awesome. Look at the line drawings for the boiler suit. It is awesome. I love this. For my kids, yeah. Isn't It's so cool. All right, let's skip over a couple of pages. Shorts, which are pretty cool. Once again, with the little pockets. But they look cool. Look like they're made out of linen. These ones look really good. The Playsuit, which is cute. It's got like the singlet top on it. So it actually says this one has a singlet. The blocks you use is a singlet top and the trousers, which is really cool. Mix and match. Why do we need by pattern pieces? I don't know. Sundress. Now, this is awesome. I like this. So you've got the singlet top and the skirt bottom. The whole mix and match wardrobe. It's just made out of gingham and it looks so cool. The Patchwork Singlet for all the scraps, all the other projects you've ever made, which is really cool. A slip dress. I wouldn't wear a slip dress, but I would wear it for a nightie, I can tell you that much. That's just the singlet block, that one. How cool is that? Oh, look at the fabric they use. That's really cool. All right, what else have we got? Tiered skirt, which of course, awesome. I love a good tiered skirt. Just needs pockets though. Triangle skirt, which is also awesome. Look how comfy that is. Oh, there is pockets. How cool is that? Look at that big, nice. I like a big, deep waistband. Now the gathered shirt dress. Now this is why I bought it. This is very similar to the other pattern that that's an individual pattern. It's just a bit different up here. I can't remember. Is it the gathered dress? Maybe it was the gathered zero waist gathered dress, and this is the zero waist gathered shirt dress. Oh my gosh, look at that! It's so cool, right? So it uses the shirt block and the skirt block. How cool is that? I'm in love with this one, which is probably why I'm going to make this one. And a shirt dress, if you just like that sort of stuff. What else is in here? Do we have any more projects? Oh, a vintage shirt, which is really cool. Look at those beautiful sleeves. I just want to look at the hem that they've used. They've incorporated an old tablecloth or something. The quilted jacket. I mean, who doesn't love a quilted jacket? Look at that. Awesome. And I think that's about it. Yeah. And then it's got some more just singlet templates that's just basically for specific curve lines. So I'm going to 100% recommend this. It is awesome. I love this type of books. It's getting a bit worn. Look at that. I've already dented it. I've got a couple of tea drops on it. And hopefully in the new year I will be making a couple of these patterns. But that is the book. It would make an awesome present for someone, even make an awesome present for yourself. So go check it out.